Well, hey there, Craig Adams here from Wedding Film School, and today I'm going to show you around and kind of explain the professional section of the Wedding Film School website gear page. So let's just get straight to it. You know, some stuff for shooting weddings. Starting with the camera, we have the Sony A7S Mark II body. It's 4K, it's got high dynamic range, micro four thirds, digital punch-in, great slow motion, awesome picture profiles and S-slugs and lots of doohickeys, and it's small and not that expensive. 3,000 is not bad for a camera this dope, so I recommend that. To go with it, I've got a hodgepodge of Canon and Sony Zeiss glass. At this point, what I'm digging is I tested this Sony 16-35 f4, and it was really cool. And I like having at least a couple or one or two Sony lenses, especially wide, because of the autofocus feature. You can do continuous autofocus with this lens on this camera. So at this, 16-35, it's great for a Ronin when you don't have any availability to pull focus. And then also for wide, it's kind of more like movement, like handheld, like it just makes sense to have autofocus. Because like if you're on a 70-200, it's like very tight and you need to pull focus specifically to what it is. Because the depth of field is very shallow considered, compared to a wide, whereas you want everything in focus, or if it's close to you, it's going to be, in the middle, so it can autofocus. So trust me, the autofocus is better for the wide glass, so that's why I have the Sony. But if you're not using a Sony mount, the E-mount on this, you need the Sony E-mount to EF if you're using these Canon lenses. So what I have is, what do I have? I've got a couple. Alright, let's start with this 50. So this Zeiss 50 1.4 is as wide as, or open, 1.4 is all I need. I'm happy with that, especially with the low light capabilities of this. It's awesome. You can you can shart. Oh man, you can. I don't recommend it though. You can shoot, at a wedding reception and be at f2.8 in very dark conditions and still have fine ISO. It's not going to look like crap with this camera, so it's awesome. Okay, so with that's like the art lens. You can open wide up, shoot some cool shallow depth of field stuff with that. And then we have more telephoto. So this Canon, the 70-200, is pretty cool. I'm sure that I would rather like the Sony G Master one, but it's just coming out. I haven't gotten my hands on it yet, so maybe in the future that's going to switch, just so that I can have this directly on the camera without the adapter, which would just make it a little easier. And then this 100 macros just for like macro stuff, so I only use that very sparingly. Technically you don't need it, but I like macro stuff. It's really cool to get really close sometimes and mix up your framing, so it allows me to be creative, so I like that. So as far as batteries, they're super small. You got to get a bunch of them. If you're shooting with this, you're just going to be flying through batteries when you're used to the Canon 5D Mark III, which batteries would last longer. I would say these are like at least 3/4 the length, if not half the capacity of the other ones. So we have this extra charger. I like to have two chargers, and I like this charger better than the one that comes with the kit, with this camera, just because it's smaller and easier, and it's got the light. It's just better. I don't know why this doesn't come with the camera. I don't know why they have two different kinds, because they're both Sony brand, which doesn't make sense to me, but whatever. As far as cards going into the camera, SD is what it takes, single slot. This 128, I like to have large capacity cards so that I don't have to switch. I probably won't switch. I have a couple of these, but I probably wouldn't switch once during the day. It depends. But shooting 4K, I had to get used to the huge file sizes. Pretty cray. Okay, so these Manfrotto base plates go on the bottom of this little thing, or on the bottom, or if you're using this, the little shoe thing. but that's to attach to Manfrotto tripods and monopods and ball heads and whatnots. So I recommend this carbon fiber Manfrotto. It's awesome. Yeah, it's super lightweight, and it's got this little, you can see the little on the bottom of the middle. You untwist it, and then the ball head can be leveled, which is super important. If your tripod doesn't have that feature, it's not good for video. I'm sorry, but it's just not. This is the Manfrotto monopod. I forget the name of it, but that's the one everyone uses. It's got the 3 legs. I like it. You know, I use that probably 50-50 with this tripod monopod throughout the day of a wedding. So super important. I like this Manfrotto fluid head, this cheaper one. It's not the most expensive, but it's a good size, you know, ease of use and price. It's good. So I have one on top of there, and I have one on top of there. But I recommend getting another one for this kit, because I like to put it on this Edelkrone Slider Plus Pro Medium. So this is the medium. They have small, medium, large, and I like the medium. And it's the Pro one, so it's better. So you put this on this, and then you put one of these on the bottom of this, and then you can put that whole kit, so these 3 things, on one of these, which is awesome. I love that. You know, you can just slide it on and off. It's a great way to get tripod stuff and slider stuff with just one tripod. Quick and easy. Yeah, that's a little trick. That's a little trick that I came up with. Very tricky. All right, what's next? More support. Let's go with the drone. So this DJI, very hard to say sometimes for us Americans, Phantom 4. So it's just coming out right now. I've only seen videos. I haven't got my hands on it yet, but I'm going to get it as soon as it comes out, and there'll be some reviews, but that's what I recommend now. It's just the cheapest, easiest, safest, best quality you're going to get for that price. So unless you want to go Inspire or something crazy, you know, it's good. Word. What else support-wise? So to put this stuff in, I put all my tripods and whatnots in this Tenba roller. So it doesn't look, it looks about the same size as the Media Wallet here on the screen, but trust me, it's large. So I put light stands and all that stuff in there, and what I do is I have my cameras, lenses in here, media, in this backpack, and then my audio stuff and everything else goes into this Pelican case. So technically I could fly with this as my carry-on, that is my overhead, and then this as like a checked bag. That's just one checked bag, super easy. But like one person, like you're very mobile. So it's a good kit. I like that. As far as lighting, I have 1 or 2 light stands? I've got that light stand. Yeah, so get 2 of these, and then you can get this torch LED, which is soft, battery powered. You power it with these Sony batteries. They're larger. I've got 2 of them per light. But that's good to like move around and provide fill and exposure to subjects, like during the toast and speeches and all of that stuffs. But for shaping high and far out of the way, we has this Dido. It's got a dimmer, and it's great. It's like a great spotlight. It's like a good snipe, so you can just lay the light exactly where you want it to be, and then just shape, give some hair light, some dimension, and then fill in the light with this torch LED. To put this in a corner. So this is a good light stand for that. Put the sandbag on this with this if you're going to do that. Obviously this is much smaller and lower, so you don't need to do that, but yeah, the sandbag is important. So light stands can fit in here, the lights can go in there, so that's pretty dope. And then this Pelican lid organizer I recommend for the Pelican case, because it just helps you put these like small things and whatnot in there. This power extension cable is good for the Dido. You always need that because you have to plug it into a wall, or bring your own generator. You could just straight bring a generator and fly your drone inside while you're at it. These barn doors go on. They're additional. You have to get additional barn doors for this Dito, and also additional, you have to get the bulbs. So I recommend getting a couple bulbs when you buy them, 3 or 4, just because I've been using it for like a year, not even a year, and I've been through 2 of them. So the stuff happens, and it's good to just have a bunch of them and keep them padded and like in foam stuff and safe while transportating them. Yeah, do that. Okay, and then the DJI Ronin, like I mentioned before, is good with this lens, this camera, right on there. It's pretty awesome. It's much better than a glide cam. Just more work, but you can handle it, right? This is the pro kit. You're good. You're a pro. You got it. Support-wise, this Leatherman tool is super important. Always good to have a knife for cutting things. Not people, things. Well, people are things, but things other than people you can cut. And it's also got a straight edge, so you can screw these suckers onto whatever you need to do. So this is like a small, simple, you know how I like minimal, so it's minimal. Media-wise, this card reader is good for micro SD, SD, and then I believe CF, so it just covers all bases. It's simple. It's, you know, it's simple. It's simple. Did I tell you it's simple? Okay, audio-wise, we have the Zoom H6, and I like this because you can get 4 inputs, and then you could even put a little adapter thing on top and get another 2. So 6 XLR or 1/4-inch inputs is pretty cool for one device that's this price. It's simple, got great preamps, you know, plug it in with a USB into one of these external USB batteries, and it'll be charged all day and night. You don't have to worry about plugging it in anywhere. So that's good. And what you would do is you would use this for any time that you need to plug into a board or mixer, and you would do that with one of these 3 cables. So RCA, 1/4, XLR. I've got a video explaining that, so if you have any questions, figure it out on your own. It's good to have gaffer's tape no matter where you go. Always keep that. This Rode VideoMic Pro goes on top of the camera. I usually use it just for the beginning and middle of the day. I usually take it off at the reception after once the dancing starts, there's no reason for it. It's good for getting a little chit chat within like prep, people talking and stuff like that. These 9-volt rechargeables with the charger go into this, so these work in tandem. These take AA's. These are in loops with a charger. I've got like 50 of them. It's good to get a ton of AA rechargeable batteries to go in these. And then you also put the AA's in, where is it? This Rode Link Wireless. So that's like my audio thing. That's my audio kit. So a single set, let's call it a set, has the lav mic, which comes with the kit when you buy it, and the transmitter, receiver, and then the plug to put it in to this. So what I do is I use that for audio. And then, this is important, the XLR to 3.5, because it comes with a 3.5 to 3.5 connector. You need to put this adapter on the end of that to plug it into something like this. So get one of these for each pair of these. For sure. And these take 4 AA's, so you got to buy a bunch of AA's. Okay, so audio-wise, this is great for editing. So for post, got this MacBook Pro 15-inch. Just upgrade it as much as you can, whatnot. You are going to run into hiccups every so often, but getting this that's on the link, you'll be fine. Transcode and do your thing in Final Cut. I recommend Final Cut, Adobe Creative Cloud, Premiere, Photoshop, After Effects, InDesign, all that stuff. And then this for editing. Wireless mouse, just because. MacBook Pro sleeve to put this in there. Why not? I am very thorough with this kit, so you know. Just so you know. Think Tank SD Media Wallet. I love this thing. Simple. Holds everything. Keep that in your pocket. Keep it safe. It has a little thing that you can hook on so you don't lose it. But I'm not losing this, so I just keep it in my pocket. It's fine. I mentioned this before, but I would recommend getting 2 or 3 of those. They're really small and awesome. You put your AA's in these little Think Tank holders. I think it's important. It's pretty cool. Okay, so we got most of it. Lastly, these SD cards, this SanDisk 32, you slap that sucker into the Zoom H6 and it is set for days. You know, you could record 5 weddings on this 32, recording in WAV. It don't matter, you got plenty of space, so that's why I like this card, but it's still cheap. This SanDisk Extreme 64 gigabyte fast card, it can handle 4K in the drone, so you put that in there, so that's why I has that. And then I believe, yeah, just hard drives left. So this is the fast drive, this is the backup drive. So this Lacy solid state is going to be faster than 720 spinning hard drives any day. Thunderbolt connected, very fast connection, so it's going to be able to transfer information and read and write quickly because of the solid state. And then 500 gigabytes is large enough for any single project for a wedding. Yeah. I think you'll be fine. Even if you transcode everything, I doubt that even like a 3-person wedding shooting for 10 hours, you're going to have a wedding larger than 500 gigabytes. So that's good. So you edit off of that onto the MacBook Pro. And then this is where you keep all of your files. So this is a Drobo 5D, and you can use the code on their website. Once you click the link to get a discount, you get $50 off if you type in this code, so do that. So this can hold 5 drives of these internal 3.5 hard drives. Western Digital, I recommend these 4 terabyte. You know, you could get 1 to 8. So the thing is, you can get like 5 of these, and then as long as 4 of them are running, you'll never lose the data. So you could have 4 8 terabytes, which is 32 gigabytes, and then have another 4 terabyte or 8 terabyte up there. And then if one of the drives fails, it cycles and it's like, we got it, you're safe, you're fine. Because the chance that 2 of these drives are going to be down at the same time, unlikely. So this is a great way to have high capacity, because like 32 gigs is like that's good, and then it's backed up. You know, power goes out, it's got like a surge protector thing. It's awesome. You can take these out and upgrade them if you need bigger or smaller drives. I recommend that. I like it because it's a single unit, very simple, very minimal, like boom, 1 2 storage speed. And that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, if you have any comments or questions, let me know. But thank you for watching. Peace.